So the second tool that you're going to be using with children is called Zeal Talk. Now, zeal means to have energy and enthusiasm for life, and it means working towards a cause or objective. But that's a real mouthful for children, right? So we use some tools that assist children in understanding the concept of Zeal Talk. And once again, here's my partner being silly, just like kids would be silly. What are you doing?
I'm blowing up the balloon you gave me. Letting out all the negative.
Okay, so in other words, are you doing that again?
No.
So in other words, Zeal Talk means to get rid of all those negatives on your inside world. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a bit of fun with this balloon. And of course, I'm sure Krista will blow it up quickly. Oh, there she goes.
Should I pop it?
I have no breath now. Now, you must remember that a lot of children are scared of balloons, right? So this is one way to actually address their fears. Oh, and get my finger all tied up in here. Okay. Oh, okay, don't give up.
Immediately they will start playing.
But you hear, I just used some Zeal Talk.
Yeah, I heard
Zeal Talk is like, oh geez, it's like reassuring yourself that you can do something, and I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Got it.
Go.
Oh!
Yay.
Yes, and the air is going to stay in there. Yay! And mine matches my shirt, can you see? We twins, but just different colors. Okay, so with children, we want to get them to get rid of their negative thoughts. So, Krista, how would you suggest doing that with this balloon?
Well, I would ask them to write all negative thoughts or feelings that I had this morning, on the balloon.
But that's personal. Why would I want to, do I have to tell you what I was thinking? I mean, is that what Zeal Talk is? We're going to, hey? The children must just write what's on their inside world.
All the bugs and ants, they must write.
So the big, ugly grumpies and automatic negative thoughts, they need to get them out. Okay, so
and it could be anything. It can be food related.
Oh, I know. I didn't have chocolate
friend
today.
Related.
Is that one? I didn't have chocolate.
Didn't have chocolate.
That's quite a negative one. I love chocolate.
Yeah, but is it healthy?
Oh, okay. So I have to use Zeal Talk. I've got to go. I choose healthy food.
I choose healthy food.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so that would work. So
one chocolate a week could be maybe.
One chocolate a week, not maybe twice a week.
I don't like drinking water.
Okay.
It's very hard for me.
So Zeal Talk would be, I drink 1 glass of water a day, and then once I've drunk that, I drink 2 glasses. So, Krista, you got to get yourself drinking
water.
8 glasses of water.
Yeah.
So, the Zeal Talk, I'm going to relate it to my 7 key ingredients. So, for instance, sleeping, I sleep too little. And the reason for this is because I'm always up doing something exciting. So I need to kind of balance my time. So Zeal Talk would be, I go to bed at 9 o'clock, that's very early, 10:30 at night, and I wake up at 6:30 in the morning feeling good about myself. So that would be a good Zeal Talk.
Yeah.
But wasn't it a bit long?
For adult,
it's
not,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I think for the kids, we should make it
a little bit shorter
and very direct.
So you're kind of saying adults are more intelligent.
No, that's not what I'm saying, but they can hold the thought longer.
Let me tell you, children can teach us as much as we teach them.
Definitely.
And sometimes I think they are born cleverer, definitely, than what I was born. And they're definitely surpassing us adults. So now, we've written down these negative thoughts. I mean, do you have another one? Maybe.
Well, I can think of a few.
So, when you're working with a child, should we put all of them down?
As much as you can, because we want to get rid of every negative thought that we have. So for kids, we will actually coach them through what happened this morning when you were driving with your mom to school. Maybe you had a fight. Maybe you had a fight with your friends. Maybe you didn't do your homework. So
that's a good one. Homework.
You talk them through some questions that they could. I don't have bugs and ants. Really? Because that's what they will tell you.
And you know what also helps
continent.
is that online assessment, that free assessment.
Yes.
There's that assessment on healthy lifestyle. So you could really ask them questions. Do you eat your fresh fruits and vegetables every day?
Yeah.
Yes or no? And then you could also write down the ants and bugs.
So you can use that as well as a tool.
So kids love balloons, but some of them are scared. So like what you can do with this balloon is afterwards you can pop it.
Yes. Or you can just, for those who are scared of the sound, you can just let it go.
Well, what you can do is maybe just make light of the negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Get them up there. Or what you can do is sometimes I write on little pieces of paper Zeal talk, so positive phrases. You put them inside before the balloon's blown up. And then so they're like shaking in there, and then popping the balloon actually becomes fun because you get to see the papers.
Yes.
And tell me, when you're teaching in a group, like how would you use the balloon differently?
Well, I've got a few methods I use. The most popular is just standing in a circle and throwing the balloons in the middle. You don't have to pop your own balloon because we can work as a team and help each other get rid of our negative thoughts. So I do that, and then I just count to 3 and they stomp, and it's just popping everywhere. Sometimes I even take it with a little string and put it on their ankles,
nice.
and we make a little game of it. So they run around and they try to pop each other's
Well, I've once before, when I've done a holiday workshop, I've actually strung a string across the room. And everybody's hung their balloons up. And at the end of the one-day workshop, we take the balloons down and, like you said, put them in the middle. But then it's a visual reminder also of the things that we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
But going back to Zeal Talk, you can also use this inside-outside ball, right? So the negative thoughts are in your inside world. What are you going to say to yourself that will reflect in a positive way in your outside world? Because doesn't Zeal Talk make your behavior move in a specific direction?
Yes, it should, in a positive direction. And if we refer back to the story of Zeal the zebra as well, what did Zeal do when all the animals came by?
Zeal the zebra talk.
Yes, Zeal
and
talk.
Especially for the little ones, you know, they need to understand the concept. But really, when we start speaking to ourselves in a positive way, it becomes easier to speak to other people in a positive way because your inside world reflects your outside world and the words that you say. The other thing is using a toothbrush and toothpaste, right?
Yes.
And we speak about
the toothpaste being
the words
that comes out of your mouth.
And when we try and put that toothpaste back inside the tube, it doesn't always work so well.
Yes.
So we have to choose the words that we say because it impacts on other people and ourselves. Anything else, Krista?
No, I think, we covered...
So what is your Zeal Talk phrase right now?
My Zeal Talk phrase is that...
What's your goal?
My goal for the week.
Yeah.
My
Zeal Talk goal.
My Zeal Talk goal is to be inspiring to every little child that I meet.
And how many are you meeting this week?
Quite a few.
Okay. Now, one of the other tools that we love using, hey Krista, is these armbands.
They come in so many different
colours, and we get the children to choose what colour they want. And this is a visual reminder of using Zeal Talk. And basically what we say is sometimes you can't always change a negative thought into what we call the opposite thought or reframe it. So what's easy to do is we can say Zeal can change the way I feel. And remember, zeal means enthusiasm and energy for something. So thinking about something that's positive can change the way you feel. So when I work with the kids, I try and reinforce in their mind and build that subconscious program. So I make them throw the ball up and down as many times as possible and just keep saying it. Zeal can change the way I feel. Zeal can change the way I feel. Zeal can change the way I feel.
Reprogramming.
And putting that program in. But then what's really great is when they have a negative thought, you take your armband and put it on your other arm, right?
Yes.
And eventually this becomes a visual cue. So when a child isn't wearing their armband, very often you'll see them touching their wrists because that's their mental and visual cue that they need to change the way that they're actually speaking to themselves. Now, I mean, Krista, you've come across a lot of children who have negative words spoken to them by adults. I mean, how do children deal with that then?
Well, if they don't have a saying right there, I usually tell them that they must remember that nobody knows them like they know themselves.
Mm.
So if somebody tells them, "Oh, you're stupid," and instead of just saying, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," saying, "I am awesome," or "I am great," "I am amazing," just having that backup plan B zeal talk ready
that's right.
to get rid of whatever.
And that takes practice. We've got to keep on reinforcing that with children, because
just like the ball, trying to change the color, it will take them a while.
Absolutely. And tell me, with zeal can change the way I feel. Do you ever have children like saying to you, "Oh, you know what? It's not working. I say these words, but it's doing nothing." Because I've found that, especially also in my own personal experience. Sometimes I have these zeal talk phrases that I have, like for instance, we spoke about drinking water, and you say it over and over again, but then you don't see results. So, like, what do you say to the kids then?
Well, then we need to find another way for them to physically help them, remind them of something, of positive thoughts. But then we need to look at what they are saying to themselves, because maybe the phrase is, they're saying it, but they're still subconsciously hearing "I'm stupid" or "I'm," the negative phrase. So to make it much stronger. Some of the kids even use this, like the bubbles, they blow out.
Oh, yes.
So they visualize that negative bug and ant to get rid of it, and then they put it positively back.
Okay, so this is a really handy tool.
Yeah.
I mean, like the balloons.
Definitely my favorite.
You don't have to use balloons. You can use anything. Just be creative. Anything that's going to illustrate to children that they are in control of their inside world. And if they use zeal talk, they can start putting that subconscious program into their mind. Oh, yes, that's right. What about for every one no, you need to hear 7 yeses.
Sometimes I also with the littlies, because for them zeal, the word zeal, enthusiasm, energy is quite. So we relate the story to being like zeal, the zebra, the zebra.
Yes.
So we make little zeal masks, and when they feel negative, they go and put on their zeal mask and then do zeal talk.
And there's actually a dual meaning behind that. When you put on your mask, it means you don't want to really show people what's happening on your inside world, but your words can show people what you, how you would like to be.
Yes.
So, Krista, were you good at maths at school?
No.
Okay, let's do a quick timetable test.
I'm not good at
2 times 2?
It's 4.
5 times 3?
15.
You had to think about that one. 10 times 8?
80.
21 times 15?
I don't know.
Okay, so everything you say to yourself, you said you weren't good at maths. You need to get rid of that. What are you good at? What zeal talk are you going to do? Feel like dancing. You're good at dancing, aren't you?
Dancing, playing guitar.
Oh, yes, you're very musical.
Cooking. There's lots of things I can do.
Are you boasting?
Nope.
You're just having zeal talk.
Yes.
And that's another thing we need to teach children, is that speaking good words about themselves is, it's also okay. There's a difference between arrogance and being humble.
Yes.
And that's a skill that we also have to transfer to kids. So your times tables, you knew the lower times tables well, sort of.
Yes.
You did. No, you did very well. You knew your times tables because they've been programmed into your mind subconsciously. Yes. So the more children use their zeal talk, the better the program is going to be, and it's going to also form neural pathways in the brain.
Yeah.
So
going to close that negative ones and start
That's
new
it,
one.
and start new. So it's almost like when you're walking in the bush. I mean, we've got the bushveld in South Africa, so people who walk in the same pathway,
every day,
it flattens the grass. So the more we do that, the more we create that pathway. And at the end of the day, our subconscious mind also influences what we do every day.
That's good.
Okay. So thanks, Krista. I hope that you drink more water from now on, and I will try and eat less chocolate.
Can I pop this now?
Oh! Really?